What if I told you that without ancient timekeeping inventions, our modern world of precise schedules and ticking clocks might not exist? For thousands of years, civilizations relied on the sun, stars, water, and even sand to measure the passage of time, shaping how we live today. Welcome to Armchair Archaeology. In this episode, we'll explore the fascinating journey of humanity's quest to master time. From monumental stone calendars to intricate mechanical devices, each innovation reveals how people not only measured time, but connected it to their survival and spirituality. And here's something truly surprising. One ancient invention still influences how we measure time in ways you might never expect. Stick around to discover what it is and how it continues to shape our modern world. Before we begin, are you subscribed to Armchair Archaeology? Over 90% of our viewers aren't. But by subscribing, you'll join a growing community passionate about uncovering history's greatest mysteries. And if you're eager to dive deeper into the past, check out our exclusive ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World, Mysteries, Technologies, and Lost Civilizations. It's packed with captivating stories about lost cities, ancient technologies, and unsolved mysteries that history books often overlook. This isn't a free ebook, but it's an invaluable resource for anyone who loves exploring the hidden corners of history. Click the link in the pinned comment to get your copy today. Humanity's earliest timekeeping innovations were monumental, quite literally. Stone circles like England's Stonehenge and Egypt's Nabta Playa are some of the oldest known efforts to track the passage of time. These structures weren't just ceremonial sites, they were also sophisticated calendars, aligned with celestial events to mark key points in the year. Stonehenge, for instance, is precisely aligned with the summer solstice. On that day, the rising sun shines directly through the monument to illuminate the heelstone, creating a dramatic display that signaled the longest day of the year. For the people who built it, this alignment wasn't just awe-inspiring, it was crucial for organizing agricultural cycles like planting and harvesting. Even older is Nabta Playa, a lesser-known stone circle in the Sahara Desert that predates Stonehenge by thousands of years. Its alignments suggest it may have been used to predict the arrival of seasonal rains. For a desert-dwelling society, the ability to track this life-giving change in the environment could mean the difference between survival and disaster. These ancient structures demonstrate remarkable astronomical knowledge. Modern archaeologists have even used them to reconstruct the positions of stars and the Earth's axial tilt at the time they were built. The precision of these alignments underscores how deeply ancient civilizations depended on the sky, not just for timekeeping, but for navigating their lives and their place in the cosmos. Stone circles like these remind us that humanity's first clocks weren't just tools. They were a profound connection between time, nature, and survival. As civilizations advanced, they sought portable tools to measure time, and one of the most enduring inventions was the sundial. These devices used the movement of the sun's shadow across a flat surface to mark the hours of the day. Ingenious in its simplicity, the sundial reflected humanity's growing ability to blend observation with practicality. The earliest sundials appeared in ancient Egypt around 1500 BCE, often as simple vertical rods or obelisks casting shadows. Over time, more sophisticated designs emerged, featuring hour markers engraved onto stone or metal surfaces. Sundials were not just functional, but symbolic, linking daily human activity to the divine order of the cosmos. Greek innovations elevated the sundial to new levels of precision. They introduced angled gnomons, rods or needles that cast the shadow, tailored to specific latitudes, showing an understanding of the Earth's curvature. These devices could even account for seasonal variations in the length of days. By the time the Romans adopted them, sundials had become not only practical tools, but public symbols of technological achievement. Adorning town squares and villas, sundials offer a fascinating connection to the clocks we use today. The circular arrangement of their hour markers is echoed in modern analog clocks, while the concept of dividing time into fixed segments remains fundamental. This ancient invention shaped the way humanity thought about and divided time, creating a legacy still visible on every watch and wall clock. The sundial was more than just a timekeeper. It was a cultural artifact that linked human lives to the cosmos, offering both practicality and a reminder of our place under the sun. Isn't it fascinating how ancient innovations still shape our daily lives? If you want to uncover more connections like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. When sunlight wasn't available, ancient civilizations turned to another resource to measure time. Water clocks, or clepsydra, were ingenious devices that used the steady flow of water to mark the passage of time. Unlike sundials, they could function day and night, making them incredibly versatile. The earliest water clocks appeared around 1500 BCE in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. These simple devices consisted of a vessel with a small hole that allowed water to drip at a constant rate into another container. As the water level rose, it corresponded to markings that indicated elapsed time. Over time, cultures refined the design. In Greece, water clocks were used in courts to limit the length of speeches, ensuring fairness, a fascinating early connection between timekeeping and justice. China, however, took water clocks to another level. By the Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, Chinese engineers had created water-driven mechanisms with gears and escapements. These innovations allowed for more precise and complex devices, like Susong's astronomical clock tower in the 11th century. This marvel not only measured time, but displayed celestial movements, blending timekeeping with astronomical observation. The concept behind water clocks, using a steady flow to measure time, was revolutionary. They could be calibrated to measure short intervals, making them ideal for activities like scientific calculations and religious rituals. Remarkably, the principles used in water clocks laid the groundwork for mechanical clocks that would dominate the medieval world. Water clocks highlight how ancient societies combined necessity with innovation, crafting tools that not only measured time, but also reflected their understanding of the world's natural rhythms. Ancient timekeeping wasn't just about practicality. It often intersected with justice, spirituality, and survival. If you find these intersections fascinating, our ebook Secrets of the Ancient World dives deeper into how ancient technologies shaped entire civilizations. You'll find stories about tools and innovations that changed the course of history. While water clocks relied on the steady flow of liquid, another ingenious device harnessed the predictable flow of sand. The hourglass. Simple yet effective, the hourglass became a widely used tool for measuring shorter intervals of time, from minutes to an hour, and it remains one of the most recognizable timekeeping devices in history. The origins of the hourglass are unclear, but they likely emerged in Europe during the early medieval period, possibly around the 8th century CE. Composed of two glass bulbs connected by a narrow neck, the hourglass allowed sand to flow at a controlled rate. Unlike water clocks or sundials, hourglasses were portable, durable, and unaffected by weather conditions, making them highly practical for use at sea, in churches, and in everyday life. One of the most fascinating applications of the hourglass was aboard ships during the Age of Exploration. Sailors used them to measure time for navigation and to calculate speed by recording the distance covered in a fixed interval. This innovation directly contributed to the success of long-distance voyages, linking the hourglass to humanity's push to explore and map the globe. The hourglass also took on symbolic significance, appearing in art and literature as a representation of life's fleeting nature. Its design, a finite resource trickling away, captured the essence of time as something precious and limited. Even in today's digital age, the hourglass endures as a symbol, seen in computer-loading animations and decorative timepieces. Its legacy is a reminder that the desire to measure time is as much about understanding its flow as it is about using it wisely. As ancient civilizations gazed skyward, they sought to connect the measurement of time with the movements of the heavens. Among the most remarkable tools they created was the Astrolabe, part timekeeper, part navigational instrument. The Astrolabe became a powerful symbol of humanity's ability to blend science, art, and utility. The Astrolabe has its origins in ancient Greece, but it reached its pinnacle during the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars and craftsmen in the medieval Islamic world refined it into a highly versatile device capable of calculating time, determining the positions of stars, and even aiding navigation. By aligning its rotating star map with the visible night sky, users could determine the time of day or night with remarkable accuracy. What sets the Astrolabe apart is its adaptability. It could be customized for different latitudes, making it useful across vast regions, from Europe to the Middle East and beyond. Sailors relied on it to chart their courses across open seas, while astronomers used it to track celestial events. It even served religious purposes, such as determining the direction of Mecca for daily prayers. The Astrolabe's intricate design demonstrates not just scientific knowledge, but also artistic mastery. Its etched dials and celestial maps were often works of art in themselves, showcasing the deep connection between the cosmos and culture. The legacy of the Astrolabe endures in modern tools like GPS, which also rely on celestial positioning. It's a reminder that ancient innovations weren't isolated. They laid the foundation for technologies that still shape how we navigate time and space today. The Astrolabe is just one example of how ancient tools combine science and art to shape the world. For more insights into the technologies that defined the ancient world, check out our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. It's full of stories about the ingenuity that bridged the gap between past and present. While water clocks appeared in many ancient cultures, Chinese inventors pushed their development to unprecedented levels of sophistication. Early designs in China, dating as far back as the Han Dynasty, 202 BCE, 220 CE, improved on the simple water clocks of Mesopotamia and Egypt. These devices became increasingly intricate, combining timekeeping with astronomical observation. By the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, water clocks in China incorporated gears and escapements, enabling precise and reliable measurements of time. One of the most impressive advancements came with the 11th century work of Su Song, a Chinese polymath. Su Song constructed an astronomical clock tower over 30 feet tall, powered by a water wheel mechanism. This extraordinary device not only tracked the hours, but also displayed celestial movements, demonstrating the seamless integration of timekeeping and astronomy. A particularly striking feature of Su Song's clock tower was its automata, mechanized figures that performed tasks to mark the passage of time. These lifelike displays amazed observers and showcased the advanced engineering skills of the era. The tower itself represented the height of technological achievement, blending utility with spectacle. Chinese water clocks were vital for a variety of purposes, from managing agricultural schedules to conducting astronomical research. They were so precise that they could divide time into smaller units than most other ancient methods, a necessity for the empire's complex administrative and scientific needs. The ingenuity of these devices not only influenced Chinese society, but also inspired timekeeping advancements worldwide. The innovations in gears, escapements, and automation introduced by Chinese engineers would later be essential in the development of mechanical clocks. Imagine seeing something like that in action over 1,000 years ago. What ancient invention would you most want to witness firsthand? Let us know in the comments. During the Islamic Golden Age, 8th to 14th centuries, scholars and engineers revolutionized timekeeping, blending technical mastery with astronomical precision. Building on earlier methods like water clocks and sundials, they created devices that not only measured time, but also mapped celestial movements with incredible accuracy. One of the standout inventors of this era was Al-Jazari, a 12th century polymath often called the father of modern engineering. Al-Jazari designed intricate water-powered clocks that combined functionality with artistry. His famous castle clock, for example, featured automata that moved in rhythm with the hours and even displayed the zodiac. It was an astounding blend of mechanical ingenuity and astronomical symbolism designed to educate and awe its audience. Mosques also played a crucial role in advancing timekeeping. The requirement to determine precise prayer times inspired the development of highly accurate clocks. Public timekeeping became central to Islamic cities, with large clocks adorning minarets and public spaces. These clocks were often intricately decorated, emphasizing the connection between science, spirituality, and art. What made these innovations remarkable was their focus on celestial timekeeping. Devices like the Astrolabe were adapted to work with clock mechanisms, allowing users to track the movements of stars and planets. Observatories, such as the one in Maraga, Persia, were equipped with clocks and star charts to refine astronomical data. These advancements had a profound influence far beyond the Islamic world. The mechanical principles developed during this period, gears, escapements, and precision engineering, laid the foundation for European clockmaking in the Renaissance. The Islamic Golden Age reminds us that the pursuit of timekeeping has always been a meeting point of science, faith, and creativity. The Islamic Golden Age gave us not only groundbreaking clocks, but also a legacy of innovation that shaped the modern world. For more on the technologies that emerged from this remarkable period and others like it, take a look at our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. It's packed with extraordinary stories from history's most inventive eras. The medieval period in Europe marked a turning point in timekeeping history with the invention of mechanical clocks. Unlike earlier methods that relied on natural elements like water or sunlight, these clocks used complex mechanisms of gears, weights, and escapements to measure time with unprecedented precision. This innovation forever changed how humanity perceived and interacted with time. The earliest mechanical clocks began appearing in the 13th century, often in monasteries where precise schedules regulated daily prayers. These early clocks, such as the one built for the Abbey of St. Albans around 1277, lacked faces or hands. Instead, they marked the hours with bells, a practice that gave rise to the word clock, derived from the Latin clocca, meaning bell. By the 14th century, cities across Europe began installing monumental public clocks in town squares and cathedrals. These clocks became symbols of civic pride and technological achievement. The Astronomical clock in Prague, built in 1410, is a stunning example, displaying not just the time, but also the positions of the sun, moon, and zodiac signs. These public timepieces were marvels of engineering, often featuring intricate automata, mechanical figures like knights or angels that moved in harmony with the clockwork. Mechanical clocks marked a shift in how time was understood. No longer tied to natural cycles, time became something that could be measured and standardized, regulating commerce, labor, and daily life. This transition laid the groundwork for the modern industrial world, where time would become an essential commodity. Medieval Europe's mechanical clocks were more than just devices. They were profound cultural milestones that reshaped human society's relationship with time itself. These public clocks were incredible feats of engineering. Want to explore more stories of innovation like this? Make sure to like the video and stay tuned. Nestled in England's Salisbury Cathedral is a masterpiece of medieval engineering, the world's oldest working mechanical clock. Built in 1386, this remarkable device still ticks today, offering a direct link to a time when mechanical clocks were transforming society's relationship with time. Unlike modern clocks, the Salisbury clock has no face or hands. Instead, it was designed to chime the hours, ringing bells that regulated daily activities and called people to prayer. Its operation relies on a system of iron weights, pulleys, and a verge and folio escapement, a mechanism that controls the release of energy, allowing the clock to measure time in steady intervals. This innovation was groundbreaking, enabling unprecedented accuracy in timekeeping. Over the centuries, the clock has withstood challenges that might have consigned it to history. It survived the English Civil War, periods of neglect, and the wear of time itself. Today, its continued operation is a testament to the craftsmanship of its creators and the durability of its design. What's most fascinating is how this clock represents a pivotal moment in history. Mechanical timekeeping was no longer just a tool for religious schedules. It began shaping secular life, from trade to travel. The Salisbury clock's steady ticking symbolizes humanity's shift from natural cycles to precise, regulated time, a change that revolutionized society. Standing in Salisbury Cathedral today, watching the oldest mechanical clock in action is like seeing the gears of history itself in motion, a vivid reminder of how far we've come in mastering the passage of time. Isn't it amazing how something built over 600 years ago still ticks today, carrying the whispers of a world long gone? From ancient stone circles to the intricate gears of mechanical clocks, humanity's quest to measure time reflects a journey of creativity, survival, and innovation. Today, we rely on atomic clocks and digital devices that split time into nanoseconds, but the roots of these technologies are deeply tied to the discoveries of our ancestors. Early timekeeping methods like sundials and water clocks emphasized the cycles of nature, marking time with the rising sun, the flow of water, or the position of the stars. These methods reflected a worldview where time was fluid and deeply connected to the environment. But with the advent of mechanical clocks, time began to take on a more rigid, linear form, measured in precise intervals and divorced from natural rhythms. This transformation revolutionized daily life, regulating everything from trade and travel to labor and leisure. A fascinating legacy of ancient timekeeping lies in its influence on modern technology. Take the Astrolabe, perfected during the Islamic Golden Age. This device, used to track the stars and calculate time, directly influenced the development of today's GPS systems, which still rely on celestial positioning for accuracy. Such connections reveal that while technology has advanced, its foundation remains deeply rooted in the ingenuity of the past. As we continue to innovate, it's worth reflecting on how our ancestors approached time, not just as something to measure, but as something to connect with the cosmos and each other. The story of timekeeping reminds us that each second we measure carries the legacy of those who first sought to understand it. Humanity's journey to master time has been as intricate as the devices we've built to measure it. From the towering stone circles of ancient civilizations to the precision of atomic clocks, each innovation reveals how deeply we've sought to understand the passage of time and our place within it. What's remarkable is how ancient techniques still resonate today. Take the Astrolabe, a device perfected during the Islamic Golden Age. It was used to track the stars, calculate time, and even aid navigation. In fact, its principles directly influence the design of modern GPS systems, which also rely on celestial positioning. This ancient tool, refined over 1,000 years ago, remains at the heart of how we navigate and measure time in our high-tech world. These connections remind us that timekeeping isn't just about precision, it's about purpose. Every tick of the clock carries the legacy of those who first sought to harmonize human life with the cosmos. Whether through the steady flow of water, the shifting shadows of a sundial, or the precise vibrations of an atomic clock, our journey through time reflects an unbroken thread of ingenuity. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of humanity's timeless inventions. If you enjoyed uncovering these stories, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Armchair Archaeology for more journeys into the wonders of history. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest episodes. What's your favorite ancient invention? And what would you like us to explore next? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the flame of curiosity burning bright.